Being rich is something most people wish for. I mean, let's be real. Not all of us were born with a silver spoon. Some of us don't even have a spoon to begin with. And for that, I count my blessings. But there have been real heavy constraints in my life, things I know wouldn't have existed if we had that crazy rich Asians kind of money. And yes, call me greedy if you want, but the truth is, it runs deeper than wanting shiny things. Dependency, financial dependency, is something I have never enjoyed. I've seen the way money creates power imbalances, the way it shifts relationships, silences voices, and forces people into versions of themselves they don't even recognize. That's why I push. That's why I'm desperate to achieve wealth. Not because I want to have some kind of power. To avoid being a doormat or the receiver of such brutalness, especially when it comes to people who has power and money. I just want to live in a world that doesn't make me feel so worthless and powerless. And I know the world isn't fair. Not all fingers are equal. Not everybody will taste what it means to live richly before they die. But by God, at least I can try. As a first daughter, the pressure to break barriers to move from a lower class to a higher one sits heavy on my shoulders. It's not just about wanting luxury, it's about wanting freedom. The kind of freedom that lets me be a provider, the kind of freedom that lets me breathe. The funny thing is, adulthood showed me that most of my dreams aren't even wide. They are small, simple, but forever limited by a budget that feels like a leash. You might think I dream about 10-star underwater hotels or hopping on a private jet to shake my ass on some yacht halfway across the world. And don't get me wrong, those things are definitely still on the list. But more often, my dreams are quieter. A small mansion tucked away in Greenfield where the air smells like earth, not exhaust fumes. A hidden palace where I can finally build a creative haven. A space to write the stories that live in my head, to film the movies I picture at night without worrying about clocking in to a 9 to 5 just so I can pay bills that never seem to end. Sometimes I just want to sit still in a beautiful room with a hardcover book in my lap, escaping into other worlds, knowing I finally bought myself the time to dream without panic. So yeah, I'm desperate to be rich, not because I worship money, because I crave the kind of life where survival isn't my full-time job. Because for once, I want my dreams to be louder than my fears.